what? Let's start the show. Let's start the show with our first guest. You may have seen her in an earlier live stream. It was actually like the last promo live stream. We did a whole bunch, twice a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays, and she closes off so gracefully with us. And she's a writer of Watching Cartoons with Boys, which you can have kind of for sale here in a little stall next to the Melbourne Fringe programs. She has been published in places like Going Down Swinging, Kill Your Darlings, and Lonely Planet. She's been shortlisted and longlisted and winning listed for all sorts of awards. Let's bring on Emma Michelle!
Yay! Hi Tiara, hi Maize.
Hello, welcome!
Welcome back!
Yay!
Congratulations on starting the gala stream today.
Oh my god, it's actually happening.
It's
I brought you
happening.
gifts again and dropped them off here.
What?
We have gifts for you too.
Woohoo!
Oh my gosh, what is this?
Yes.
Sparkler!
Yay!
Oh my god, you are also prepared for our party.
They're finding things that I didn't even know existed in this game.
Yay.
Ooh.
I would pick it up, except I have no more pocket space. But
Oh, that's okay.
I can fix that because
Whoa!
I can give you our presents.
Ooh,
And yeah, I did it without accidentally opening them.
thank you.
You get, the purple one's a bit random, but
I love the spirit of Animal Crossing, like when you visit people's islands, always giving people gifts. It's so nice. Whoop, I dropped it instead of opening it.
Sky can visit your island. Maybe, but if you want to have a preview, we're going to do a tour here and there. But if you want to check it on your own time, we have a dream address for you. What is our dream address? It's pretty long. Maize, I think you can like pull up passports if you press the minus button.
Ooh.
There should be like a view and others passport in there.
Yes.
Yes, Maize is our camera person.
Oh, yeah. That's where you can have our dream address.
Yes, so you can see our dream address DA some number 642876620260. Our creator ID is also there. You can get one of these Melbourne Fringe tops for yourself. Hello! Oh my god.
Hi,
Princess
Princess
is
Ty.
here. Josiah's girlfriend is here. Oh, that's Georgia. Josiah's her boyfriend! Space Owl. Oh my god. Everyone's here. Ah!
Yes, it's so wonderful to see all of you amazing people. That was just me taking a screenshot of the passport. Apologies for the Windows sound.
That's fine. It's all chaos. Emma, how are you doing this morning?
I am very well. How are you both going at the start of your 12-hour stint on streaming?
God. I mean, I was telling Emma and Maize this before we started, but this has been pretty much my mood.
You have lots of snacks and things? Like, I know you've got your water bottle. Do you have lots of snacks to get you through the day?
Yep. Well, I already ate one of my snacks and we haven't even started yet. so we're off to a good start. But no, this is super surreal. You know, it's one thing to have dreamed it and also to have worked it, but to actually see it happen, it's actually started. It's actually happening. And thank you so much for being a part of it and being kind of a sacrificial poet.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, do you know the concept of it?
In the context of a stream, I guess being the first on the agenda, is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a thing, it's from the spoken word poetry slam thing, where, because it's so full of newbies, right? To ease everyone's nerves, there's always, like, kind of a professional that plays the sacrificial poet. So they go first, and then everyone else is like, okay, good, less pressure, and then...
Yep. That's lovely. Happy to be a sacrificial poet.
Well, you know, Jack isn't here. Or is he? Cool, alright. Alright, let's get rolling. We have a special stall for you. You've probably seen, but to anyone else who's new, here's the plaza. We got a workshop area here in front of Abel's. We might pay a visit a little later. We got balloons.
The balloons are beautiful. Well done.
Can you punch the balloons? Is that a thing?
What?
No. Boo. Oh, you made it work.
Boop.
Boop. There you go. A sporting event later.
The balloons
Fudge.
match me and my green.
They do. Yes. You are green. The green person? I don't know.
I
The green
decided
man.
to have an existent skin color today.
An existence in color today. Masa was last time I had kaya toast a while ago. Yeah, Masa and I keep talking about food on this stream. Maybe we'll get to it later. Here's Emma's stall.
Busy
This
writing.
is the book. Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
book factory where I churn out books.
I love it.
Thank you so much for making this little stall with my book on it. Looks really
Oh
good.
yeah, no, that it was such a great idea. You know, you're here to support the arts, and you designed this cover too. Like, oh my god, we went to see Emma's Island a few Saturdays ago, and she's designed all these incredible signs, including
With,
one for a lot of the fries. I would say Lord of the Rings, but no, a lot of the fries. And it's like it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We need to steal design tips.
I can't take credit for my book cover. That was actually designed by a Melbourne artist named Zara Zainul. She did this for me because my book's self-published, so I had a lot of flexibility with the cover art, and she did a really great job. So I really just put her art into the image importer, and hey presto, there's a stall.
Aww, that's very cool. Artists helping artists.
Hmm.
And now it's available on Animal Crossing. Her art has transcended
I
boundaries.
like that.
Yep. The Twitch chat we just linked Emma Mitchell's website. We can buy some of her books, but you're going to read something for us a little bit different. What do you have for us today?
Yeah, so in last week's stream, I read a bit of a chapter from my book that was kind of about cartoons and relationships in like a very positive light. And so I thought, just for a bit of variety, I'm going to read a short story that's, really miserable and sad. Still about relationships, but not as uplifting. Bit of a change of pace today.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. Make sure you've had your coffee. It's heavy.
I mean, a cutesy game like Animal Crossing is the perfect avenue.
Yeah, I got to pick my audience.
Hey, look, people make horror islands on here, so.
Yeah, that's true. And then they had all of the Halloween designs like recently, which would be really cool for like a horror island.
Right. So I think this game has more than Let's Own. Anyway, enough rambling. We'll let Michelle, we'll let you take the stage. You want to do it here? You want to do it somewhere else?
Can we do it in that really cool performance room that you've set up with the microphones? I think I did my last reading in there. It was really cool.
Yes, okay.
We'll show it off.
Click viewing. So this is our plaza. This is Cat. Hello, Cat. We'll talk to you in a bit. This is our auditorium. We're gonna have a couple of amazing music guests later on who will perform here. But let's bring you to the place Emma was talking about. That's our neighborhood. This is our Fringe Hub. Are we open? Now we are. Yes.
We're open.
We're open! This is based on Trades Hall in Melbourne, which is the actual headquarters of Melbourne Fringe nowadays. And you come in. Shetland Paladin says they're proud of you.
Second shout out to Animabes, supporting the arts. Buying tickets, supporting the arts.
Pixel Sift, hello!
Hi,
Alright,
Pixel Sift.
We're just waiting for Maize and Emma to come in. This is our common rooms. Based on another room in Melbourne Fringe Trades Hall building. Where have you disappeared to?
I went to the green room because I'm getting ready.
I mean, Emma is here though, so
Whoops.
you can get ready later. We've got time for you to get ready. Yes, so you saw a bit of the green room. This is you grab a drink,
Little
Kinda.
coffee.
a little coffee, coconut juice, fresh water. Buy some merch. Buy Emma's book and everyone else's merch here. Hello.
Yay.
Hello.
On sale. Can you imagine if you could actually buy things here? Not just from Nooks or from Abel's, but
I've seen people having QR codes, like importing a QR code, but I don't know if they work. They look pretty cool though.
ooh, that's an idea. Maybe we should have done that for our island. Just scan it.
Mm.
Alright. let's go to this performance room Emma's talking about. This will be the coziest fridge. Ah, yeah, that's our aim. That's our aim. All right, you will see in a second. This is what we call Rabbits and Wolves. This is our tribute to Hares and Hyenas, an amazing LGBT bookstore and performance space, community space here in Melbourne. And so, if you've been to Hares, you can see our influencers. You know, it's a stage here, seating, and like their bar / tech spot. So, and we have Emma. How are you feeling? You want to do? Yeah, I see you're taking on keyboards now.
Oh yeah, I was having a lot of fun over here.
Yeah, that's it. That's the show. Like, all right, show's over to get. No. All right, Emma, the stage is yours.
Thank
Give it up for
you.
Emma Michelle.
Our
Woo!
first guest. Yay!
Very good.
Thank you so much. So I'll be reading a short story of mine that's called Metronomy. This year it was shortlisted for the Apollo Bay WordFest Short Story Award, which was really exciting. Unfortunately, couldn't visit the festival, of course, because of COVID stuff. It was all online, but hopefully can visit next year. So this is Metronomy. It's dark outside, but still early in the night, and most of the other clubs along this strip of the city have just started opening. Not many people have come through the door here yet, and you're in for a long shift. From behind the desk, tucked away in the corner between the door and the passage to the bar, you watch the cheesy club lights flash and scroll around the walls, and the shimmering glow that's being cast around by a disco ball from somewhere behind the partition. The sound system starts playing a familiar song, and a wave of recognition instantly flows over you. The DJs nearly always play this song early in the night, though you don't know the name of it. It's a nervous shuffle of chords on an electronic keyboard, followed by soft, gasping vocals that have quickly become the backing track to your Friday nights. Every week you sit here, stamping wrists and handing back change, waiting patiently for the place to fill up with friends and familiar faces, taking turns with Jake to shout each other drinks, and dancing along to the best music with shuffling shoulders and wagging finger guns. And every week this same song plays. Here you go, little buddy. Jake's holding out a gin and tonic. Thanks, man. You take the drink from his hand and instantly feel how light it is. Holding it up, you tap the glass with a fingernail. It's plastic. Makes sense, you think, given how many times the bar staff have to sweep up broken glass at the end of the night. You remember a bunch of times when you stayed back late after your shift to jump around on the dance floor, only to feel a telltale crunching under the soles of your cheap shoes. Jake swigs his beer and looks out the window to the street. You follow his gaze. A few cars go by along Northbourne Avenue, and then a few girls in heels stride past, flinching from the cold, but there's not much going on. Everything still seems kind of sleepy. The security guard outside the entrance is staring down at his phone, looking bored. Excuse me. You'd never guess this was the main road of the city in Canberra. You'd never guess this is the place where most of the city's bars and clubs are. It's well and truly dead. This town's the oldest friend of mine, sing the speakers, as the most recognizable bit of the song, the bass line, starts. Suddenly it feels like each note is reaching into your chest and tugging at the knot it finds there. So familiar, like it's almost as if the music is addressing you directly. Granted, you didn't eat much today and you're not supposed to drink when you're taking this medication, but it's not like you feel sick or unwell. You glance over at Jake, but he seems wholly unaffected by the song. He's kind of vaguely nodding along to it, but still staring off outside. His presence calms you. Jake is older, a friend of someone you dated a while ago who later became your friend when the relationship ended. He's interesting, a talented artist who always recommends the best films and music, and so handsome that most of your friends have crushes on him. He really does hit all the marks for being a great fake older brother, you realize, and smile. Then you realize Jake's watching someone, a guy outside who's talking to the security guard. With a jolt, you recognize the figure standing there, and your stomach drops. Matt's hair is feathered in a way that makes you instantly miss him, and he's got both hands tucked back into the pockets of his jeans, like he's trying to hide something. They both stand there talking, until you see the security guard finally nod. Matt strides confidently through the doorway, but the security guard hovers behind him, watching from a distance. This town's the oldest friend of mine, sing the speakers. Hey man, says Jake, totally unaware and always a friend to everyone. Just $5 tonight. Hey, Phoebes, slurs Matt, ignoring Jake or maybe not even hearing him at all. What time do you finish tonight? His eyelids are kind of droopy and it looks like he's having trouble focusing on you. What the? You think? It's barely even 10 o'clock. I don't know, you wince. Usually not till around 2 a.m., but sometimes later if it gets busy. Matt should know this, you remember, because when you were both still trying to be friends, you told him all about your new job. Matt places one hand on the desk and leans over to you. Do you want to hang out afterwards? He asks like it's the most reasonable thing in the world. I don't know. No, but also yes, you think. He's an idiot, getting drunk and showing up here after agreeing to stay away so things wouldn't be so hard for you. He's an idiot for turning up to your new job, the one you got after you had to leave, the one you both worked at. Come on, you think. I had to leave because of you. Don't take this place away from me as well. But you miss him terribly. Your exoskeleton feels tough, but looking at Matt makes all the space between your bones hurt. This town's the oldest friend of mine, sing the speakers again. Something about the fluttering of the song makes your chest feel light, and Matt is swaying just a little bit. Jake flashes you a look. It's cool, you nod at Jake. Can I head outside for a cigarette? Sure thing, Jake nods back seriously, and the two of you swap so he can sit behind the desk instead. Matt follows you outside, and as you pass the security guard, you smile awkwardly, thinking, yeah, this one's mine, sorry. Outside is chilly, and the city feels as though it's finally starting to stir with noise and movement as people start showing up. But there's still enough emptiness between the music blasting from all the clubs for things between the two of you to feel sad. How have you been? Asks Matt, looking genuinely concerned as he hands you a lit cigarette. You didn't even have to ask him for one because the routine you both have is so well rehearsed. Does he have any idea how hurtful that is? Okay, I'm still working at the cafe during the week, then this on Fridays. New housemates are really nice. How about you? He nods as he takes a long drag of the cigarette, then exhales to the side. Good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. What have you been up to tonight? You ask, but look over the space on his shoulder instead of at his face. This moment, being able to speak with him and have an understanding of your connection, even in such a messed up way, is all you've wanted these past few months. But somehow it's not right because things are wrong, irreparably wrong. Matt shrugs. Just been at the pub with Ben and Laura. Nothing too interesting. You know it's awful, but your feelings still hang desperately onto each word he says, and at the mention of those two names, you feel their feelings snag. Right, you say. The two friends you never met, even after more than a year of dating, even after they started a study group for the subject that you majored in, he didn't think to include you. He kept them separate, and they played a big part in his decision to break things off. But Matt's too far gone to notice how annoyed you are, or maybe he doesn't care, and he's only here to establish some kind of arrangement for later in the night. How are you getting home? You suddenly ask, realizing how unlike him it is to be out in the city at night when he lives so far away. Did he plan this, or was he supposed to go home with Ben and Laura? Dunno, Matt says. Do you want to hang out after? You look back over at the windows of the club, at the flashing, scrolling lights and the glow from the disco ball that's cast from behind the partition. You see the vague shape of Jake sitting behind the desk watching you both closely. Then you sigh and look down at your shoes. Fine, I'll text you when I finish and I'll meet you at the taxi rank. It's an average night. From your spot behind the desk, you stamp wrists and hand back change. You wait patiently for the place to fill up with friends and familiar faces. As it does, you're taking turns with Jake to shout each other drinks, dance along to the best tunes with shuffling shoulders and wagging finger guns. At one stage, you see two girls sitting out the front who used to bully your best friend in high school, perched on the edge of the gutter as they smoke cigarettes. When they stand up and come inside, one of them falls on her ass, which is nice. When Jake agrees it's time to finish up, you count the cash and head through the club to drop the money in a safe. Everything's pretty loose and the place is packed, so it takes ages to push past the sweaty crowds of guys in band shirts with black skinny jeans, past all the girls with blunt fringes, nose rings, and bright lipstick. In the back room, away from all the chaos and noise, Jake hands you a wad of cash. Here you go, little buddy. Thanks, man. Are you staying for a bit? He nods, raising the nearly full beer in his hand. I'll finish this off and have a dance with Leah and her friends before we head back. How about you? Just gonna jump in a cab. You shrug. I'm pretty tired. Jake opens the door that leads back into the noise and you head through. You stand there for a bit as he locks it behind him, triple checking it before leaving. Jake's so diligent. No matter how much he's had to drink, he always makes sure the back room is secure, so that curious drunk hipsters don't stumble through later on and rob the place blind. The dance floor outside makes things way too loud to talk, so you just wave a lazy goodbye at Jake, knowing you'll see each other next Friday. But he makes sure to catch your eye, holding the moment too long before leaning down to yell in your ear, "Will you be okay?" Again, you shrug it off. "I'll be fine," you yell back, "just going home." He gives you an intense look before nodding and patting you affectionately on the shoulder. Jake is good people, you think, feeling grateful and terrible at the same time. The deep sound of Matt's snoring is almost as heavy as the weight of his body, still half resting on you, preventing you from quietly getting up and turning off the light. So messed up, you think, to have made all this progress only to be back here again. So messed up that Matt can clearly just fall asleep like everything is normal and fine. "This town's the oldest friend of mine," sang the speakers, while you cry silently into Matt's feathered hair.
Amazing. That was beautiful.
Aww. No.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Is that based on a true story by any chance?
A lot of my writing about relationships is. I like writing about relationships, and it can be pretty easy to kind of pluck a lot of details from real life.
Yeah. Do people you've written about like recognize themselves in your stories, or do you try to make sure they don't watch it? Or watch it?
Thankfully, I tend to write about people who are no longer in my life. So,
That's always useful.
I really enjoy writing about Canberra though, and the setting of that story is very, very, very Canberra. There's lots of Canberra place names and references, so I think a lot of people recognize the place and the bars and the streets and that kind of thing, which is really nice.
Yeah, because you moved from Canberra to here.
Yeah, so I grew up in Canberra and studied in Canberra, so I'm not from Melbourne originally.
What brought you to Melbourne?
Wanting to leave Canberra. Oh, that's not fair. I had a lovely time living in Canberra and I had a good time at the university, but once I graduated, decided to even move to Melbourne. All of those pretentious things like wanting to be a writer and wanting to be somewhere big in the big smoke.
Well, now you're on an island. If you've hit, this is kind of like an international tour, you know.
That's a really good
virtual
point.
in a game made in Japan, in an island, in a parallel universe.
Yes,
maybe you could put that in your resume. The
I've come so
internationally
far.
performing Emma Michelle. The audience is clapping for you.
Oh, thank you so much,
all,
audience.
Yeah, the Twitch audience is very appreciative. If you have any questions or comments for Emma Michelle, feel free to share it in the chat. Also, I was going to say, also, if you want to contribute to our artist fund, you can get a ticket anytime at Melbourne Fringe's website. There's a link in the Twitch chat, or you just go to Melbourne Fringe and look for Animal Crossing New Horizons Fringe Fest Gala stream. All proceeds go towards artists like Emma Michelle. I would also like to shout out to Jewel Box Performances and the Your Space program with Darren Arts and Melbourne Fringe for giving us the starter funds to make this happen, for believing in us and people like Emma to experiment with what if you could do a whole festival in Animal Crossing.
This is really like, sorry, Tiara, you go.
No, you go on.
I was going to say, in a lot of ways, this is like an introvert's dream come true. I've only done one real live reading event in person, and it was with a room of friends, so it's kind of cheating. I don't think I would ever want to get up in front of a crowd of random people and do a reading like that, but with this nice format of the Fringe and Animal Crossing, it makes it a lot more comfortable, so thank you.
Yeah, it's like, people experimenting with live streaming more, and YouTube or Facebook Live. I've seen a bunch of shows on there because the lockdown has really affected people's ability to perform. I've been a performance artist for over a decade now, and people have had to pivot very quickly. And so this was an experiment. Looks like it's working. You did an amazing job.
I think you and Maize are the amazing ones for setting this up and making it so we can do things like this. So thank you so much.
This was literally a post-quarantine brain. Lol. what if we did this? And apparently we are doing this. Do you have anything coming up?
My goal for the rest of the year is to keep working on my novel, which has been my goal for the last 10 years. So I don't know what difference the next month or so of 2020 will make, but it's kind of a big project that I've had for a while to kind of chip away at over time. And now, you know, not having to go into the office anymore to the end of the year and things are kind of winding down, hoping to do some more long form writing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of writing a novel, we've got a place we'd love to show everyone. Would you like to come with us to our artist retreat cabin?
Yes, please. This sounds amazing.
Yes, so let's head out. We'll come back to Rabbit and Wolves later tonight for our variety show, starting at 7 p.m. Melbourne time. We've got a whole bunch of spoken word and comedy and music and fun stuff happening later this evening. So we're gonna make sure to come back to do that. That was our original idea for Fringe, just like that variety show in my personal island. And then David Gonzalez from Jewel Box was like, "Hey, you want to dream bigger?" Yes. And now we're here with the whole island. This is our library. Another place for you to write your grand novel or do some
It's
research.
beautiful.
Thank you. You
Oh,
will
wow.
take.
Speak of the devil, Jewelbox in chat. Hey, welcome
Hi!
to the stream.
Hi, Jewel Box. Thank you for supporting this project. We were just raving about you and taking a chance on us and this wild idea. It's actually happening. Everyone give it up for Jewel Box Performances. They support artists of color through mentoring and grant funding and support. They've been doing it for the last few years. And the kind of amazing thing about this, let's go to Artist Retreat while I talk about Jewel Box more. The amazing thing about this grant is that a lot of grants for, say, artists of color, artists with disabilities, or kind of minority folks they often go to people who can perform their trauma. It's like, yes, please educate us about your minority status. Whereas this is just a big nerd project just to see what could happen. And the fact that Jewel Box and Darren Bernards were like, you know what? Sure, let's support that. That's amazing. But it's not like we completely ignore the subject. In fact, our guest coming on later this afternoon, like around 11:30, is Tanisha Bracken, who was instrumental in getting new inclusive black hairstyles into Animal Crossing. She did a massive petition asking Nintendo to have more inclusive hairstyles, and with the latest update, that has come true. So she's going to come on in about an hour, all the way from the States, to talk about that petition and about inclusivity in gaming with us. So yeah, so
That's
this
so
is our
exciting.
artist, so exciting. Like when she said yes, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. So this is our artist retreat, a literal money tree. Yes, money grows on trees in this universe. You've been dreaming of putting on a play in Animal Crossing, you're so cool. Yay! Already people are networking in the chat. That's awesome. Yeah, so
shout
this is
out
our
to
artist
GC
retreat.
Stags also for their help as well.
Yes, Katie Staggs has been part of the Your Space program, is mentoring, and we got to connect with Katie Staggs, who's amazing, a games marketing person, and has given us a lot of hope and support making this happen. All right, so this is a cabin. Let's head inside.
I love how running in circles is like the universal language for just being so excited.
Oh yeah,
Constantly doing it.
and like the thank you with the flowers.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for Maize to come in. I kind of feel I feel like we should like give you an actual camera to carry around or something.
If only you could carry the cameras, that would be so good.
Right. So this is our artist cabin, our writer's cabin. It's a studio apartment, pretty cozy. It's based on like an actual like artist retreat I've been to like ages ago. Make some tea. The stove is on. Try not to set it on fire. Right, Novel. Have you been to an artist retreat before, Emma?
I've been to a writing workshop with like maybe 10 or so people going somewhere regional Victoria to lock ourselves away and write. I've also done standalone ones just on my own with very similar venues as what you've set up here. So you've done a good job.
Yeah, you also do this thing where you book out a hotel room.
Yeah, in the
Just for that.
past I've like done almost like a staycation where somewhere not too far away from home, but just like, not my own books on the shelves, not my own stuff to distract me, just, plain hotel or motel room, just bring laptop, lots of Red Bull and type away for a
Red
long
Bull.
weekend.
I mean, now that Melbourne's opening up again, I think hotels are opening up again, so there is a chance to do that. It's not going to be as cozy as this place, though. I doubt it.
Yeah, that's true. I guess now's probably the time to start looking in Melbourne to help a lot of the travel industry stay afloat.
You can apply for a $200 voucher from the state government to go into regional Victoria as well.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I've been looking at Beeline things and even Airbnb and things like that.
I want to go to a spa so bad, but I just have to rely on this spa bathroom in the meantime. But I'm such a spa bunny that I missed out. Yes, an artist retreat with your own spa bath, so you can relax after a hard day's work.
It's lovely. It's got a very cozy cabin feel as well. You've done really well.
Thank you. That's the great thing about like Animal Crossing. You can build your life in here and not have to worry about a mortgage. Like there are loans, but Tom Nook is like really chill about it. You can pay him whenever. He doesn't care.
Yeah, and you can make millions of dollars from selling turnips as well, and then buy really expensive furniture.
Speaking
If
of
only.
turnips, we have a little special turnip stall. Even though there's no turnips there because I forgot to get some in time. And for those who are like, what turnips? Yes. So in the game, there's a stock market. Except instead of like stocks as in Dow Jones, it's stocks as in STALKS. And so you buy turnips every Sunday. A young seller named Daisy May sells them to you, and the idea is you try to buy low, sell high. People like go to islands and line up for hours to sell. It's like, they're selling for 5,000 bells or something. Ridiculous like that.
5,000? Does it get that high?
Only if you hack it through, I think.
Ooh.
You can hack it?
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe I should say that because
Yes, the views of the artist do not represent those of the Melbourne Fringe Festival.
Yes, like for legal reasons, it's a satire, but hypothetically. Yeah, we have a little wedding set up. I mean, if anyone decides now they want the gala stream is where they want to propose, we're all down for that. That'd be actually kind of cute. I know people who've proposed in Animal Crossing and held weddings because you can't go to weddings.
Yeah, that's been
Tina, our music teacher, is asking, how are you? Feel that sunshine. Speaking of, this is our piano pier. You can watch. It's very nice at night too. You can watch the stars. Grab a surfboard. It's getting to summer here in game, but I was gonna take you to see the turnips because on the other side of this. You've got an amazing island. Like we were raving about your island earlier, but you've got like this a Starbucks and a lot of the fries.
Yeah, there's a lot of product placement on my island. I spent a lot of time.
Sponsored.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on the Instagram hashtags trying to find cool ideas of things to make, and a lot of them were like commercial things.
Yeah.
Could have just.
Like you have a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I've seen people make Bunnings.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
So this is our turnip stall. No turnips today, alas. But if any of our future guests are coming in that have turnips, feel free to bring them. This is a tribute to First Dog on the Moon, a Melbourne-based cartoonist for The Guardian. He did a piece a while ago about what do Melbourne people want to do once lockdown is over, and one of the first answers is, I just want to go anywhere beyond the 25-kilometer bubble. Buy turnips by the sea. And so we made a turnips by the sea.
Was he talking about Animal Crossing?
I don't know.
Because
Like
that's
it was
absurd.
supposedly like what people have like he might have like asked people what they wanted, and so there was stuff like I just want to go to IKEA, which like I lost it when I saw that, and indeed I did go to IKEA the first day we were allowed to made plans to go, but yeah, someone must have said turnips by the sea, and he must have been like, okay, literally turnips, and then we made a stall, and that's his like avatar, his logo, the little dog, the first dog. On that one. What is Sprockets? Sprockets are like EDM DJ. You want to do patrol jogs with me? No, I do not. You're on thin ice. No cops here. But yeah. What is it about Animal Crossing that you enjoy, Emma?
It's definitely very linked to the Melbourne lockdown, so that was my reason to start playing in the first place, just because it was like looked like something I would enjoy, and a lot of people were doing it.
Yeah.
I think we spoke
Sprocket's
about
backyard.
Sprocket.
Yes.
It looks very sprockety.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about this last weekend as well. I like Animal Crossing because it lets me live out my fantasy of owning a house and decorating it however I want.
Yep.
It's like being stuck renting, you can't paint and you can't, move things around. And Animal Crossing really satisfies that to go, oh, what would it look like if I painted these walls green, kind of thing.
Yeah. You know, especially with like some of the wilder options you can get for wallpaper and flooring, thanks to Sahara, the traveling camel rug seller, which I have some mixed feelings about her, but but yeah, I'm actually Masan, to answer your question about what did I buy at IKEA. I've actually been working on a bit of a challenge set out to me to decorate my actual house to look like my personal Animal Crossing island, and so we bought like too much furniture for it, and ended up like exchanging it, and it was like, no, buyer's remorse. But we've got like a bureau, and actually my setup right now in the game, you can have like the kotatsu table, like the square Japanese table. So I recreated that out of IKEA furniture.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's so cool. I saw the pictures on your Instagram. Very, very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, Animal Crossing has blended into real life for me. Let's say hello to Kabuki.
Shout out to Nightbot. Thank you, Nightbot, for linking.
Nightbot seems to be like a little bit too moderating.
Yeah, I've turned Nightbot's moderation down a little bit.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But
Kabuki just like, keep bringing people to my island. Oh no, I haven't cleaned up yet. And then Emma walks in.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, everyone who's viewing can contribute to our artist fund by buying a ticket on the Melbourne Fringe site. And between each artist, we'll do a little shout out to our latest donors.
Yes.
And say thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to have a shout out, remember to put your name, and I think you might need to mark the opt-in to marketing box, because that's the only way we know we get names, because of the.
I think.
Or is that
anymore.
not a problem anymore?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Okay, great.
How to get people's names? Yeah.
But also, if you want a different name that for us to use,
yeah,
indicate that when you book the ticket. We don't like accidentally reveal your true name. We're not fairies, or are we? But yeah, so this is Kabuki's backyard. All our villagers' backyards are based. All our villagers are based on like the arts or something along the same line. This is Tutu, our contemporary ballerina, and you have seen Tutu walking around the island earlier. The good thing about her is that she's a body positive ballerina, because she's a big bear and you don't often see big bodies on ballet stages.
True.
This is Benjamin, our art teacher. Sky is already like, yeah, hashtag Nightbot.
Yeah. So apologies. You can totally spam emotes in chat. My favorite is the NB emote, so if you have the non-binary pride emote, yeah, that's my fave. I also like all of the new K-pop emotes.
Benjamin was informed that we have guests by the bugs in his room and wants to know if we should put out snacks or put out snacks. I mean, snacks are always good. We have Turkey Day. Did you get a chance to check out Turkey Day, Emma?
I did, yeah. I was a bit late to start playing. I think I started playing it at like 6 p.m. So I didn't get all the challenges done by like 8 o'clock. And I felt so guilty because everyone was like hanging around waiting for food. I was like, oh no, I've got to finish this because my villagers are really hungry. And so it wasn't like, you know, a lot of things about Animal Crossing are really calming and very like mindful. But I felt like so guilty that I made my villagers wait ages for their Turkey Day feast.
Aww. I mean, I just wish we could actually cook now. I was a bit let down that it didn't unlock cooking. Maybe in the future.
Is that a feature that's in one of the other games? Is that something?
I don't know. I know in like New Leaf, which is the game before this one, there is a coffee barista pigeon named Brewster that shows up, and you can have a second job making coffees for people.
That's adorable.
Which will be very Melbourne to have baristas here.
I've seen people use like a custom design of Brewster, like similarly to how you have like the tutu down here. It was like a little Brewster design that makes it look like he's standing there serving a coffee. Really
yeah, because people are like, where is he? They can't wait. But hopefully it'll be in a future update. Let's check out Melba. I mean, guess why she's here?
Melbourne.
I know, like Aussie share house.
This is such a share house. I've totally lived in this house.
Melba's house is indoors. Hi, I did donation, but I did via donation instead of tick price.
Yeah.
Sure, my sound. Just make sure, because Melbourne Fringe does ask for a donation for themselves. We don't get that money. So just make sure you are marking the choose your price option so that the artists get the money. And if you want to donate to Mel Fringe, go for it. But you know, in case you're not familiar how it works. So this is Melba. Melba is making something.
What is she crafting?
Melba's
And Musk Sound, I did get your name did come up. So shout out to Musk Sound.
Okay, Musk Sound, we got to work. It's all good.
Thank you, Musk Sound.
Yeah.
I already know how to make decorative shelves, Melba.
People in the chat want to know how the NB emote works.
Well, there's 2 NB emotes. One was given out during Pride Month and is a bee, like a buzz bee. And then there's also the hands, which you all found, and you've done very well in finding the non-binary Pride flag.
Yeah.
Pride emotes in chat. Go, go, go.
Yes. Alright, hang on. I missed the query about what is. I'll find out for myself. You're really focused. Oh, sorry to bug you. Log decorative shelves. I already know this.
Thanks, Melba. I didn't have that yet. Woohoo!
Yay!
I have collected so many DIYs between my personal island and this one. Like my other island is just too full of DIYs. So if anyone needs any. now Masan is sending off the NB heart.
Yay, NB hearts.
If there was any feature that isn't in Animal Crossing yet, or at least New Horizons, that you would like to be in there, what would it be?
That's a really good question. I was thinking maybe like a chat that's a bit easier than typing out the individual letters on a Switch, but then there's the app on smartphones that lets you just type it out on that.
Yep.
When I first started playing, I was really, really, really wanting book-related items, probably to do with how obsessed with writing I am. And it took me so long to find them. So if there was a way to like, maybe like trade with people in game, although I don't know if that's like part of their like terms of use. But yeah, if there was a way to like really quickly find the item that you just desperately wanted for your house or your island and trade with someone, that would be really cool. But I guess that's why I played for a million hours, was trying to get that bookcase.
Yeah. Like in Pocket Cap, there's a way to put your stuff up for sale, I guess, and other players that found you on Pocket Cap can buy things. So the infrastructure is there. But yeah.
I just saw like someone in the chat wants to know what the app's called. I think it's just the Nintendo Switch Online app, and then within that there's like a mini feature for Animal Crossing where you can just type.
So you have a Nintendo Switch Online account.
Yeah.
Yep, and this actually was because of the voice chat in it that I was first like, ooh, can we use the voice chat to do a show? So Maize came onto my island to try that, and it was doable. So just a bit tricky. The voice app is like amazing, but then, you know, just as we were planning to do this, we were kind of beaten to the idea by a whole bunch of other people who, you know, there's a stand-up comic in the US that does comedy shows here. There's Animal Talking, an entire legit talk show run on Animal Crossing. Gary Witta, notice me senpai. That was a big inspo. But as far as like a whole festival goes, we might be the first. I think we are the first, unless someone else comes in. Actually, so-and-so festival somewhere.
It's such a good idea though, especially for Melbourne Fringe, and in light of like Melbourne specifically, what we went through with the hard lockdown. Like it's such a good idea, and so applicable to a lot of people in Melbourne.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were planning to have the variety show be kind of an in-person experience as well. Although, just as we were planning, that second lockdown happened. But maybe in the future. Maybe in the future, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's do one last run to the Pirate Cove.
Pirate Cove? Oh my god.
Once in a while, an art pirate comes here. It sells us questionable goods. And you will get to see some of those questionable goods in about 5 minutes, because our next thing is an art gallery tour by the self-described toxic comedy collaboration of Alistair Baldwin and Vidya Rajan, also known as Nemesis. Gamifying art criticism to give it actual value in 2020. Nemesis also ran the Melbourne Fringe launch event, and they did a speed run of the NGV online gallery. So I was like, do you want to come and do this but on our island? And they said yes. So in about 5 minutes, we will play their art gallery tour. But in the meantime, let's send you off, because you've been great. Thank you so much for opening us up, Emma.
Thank you so much for having me, like both last week for the promo stream and this morning. It's been wonderful. You've done such a good job with getting this together, and yeah, I hope that after 12 hours you want to do it again, because it's been so much fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, I will want to be Leaf and take a nap. This is our busker. Can I? Does it work?
Oh, that's cool.
If anyone is watching the stream for a while or is coming in and out, a challenge for you: try to find how many magic kits are there on this island, because there are. I really smart. But yeah, it's people like you that help make it happen. Like, this wouldn't have happened without you and Maize and everyone pitching in to help out and make, you know, from the donations, a lot of the items were donated to, like, you provide the designs for this, and this being on here, so we have something to show on the gala stream. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tiara. Thank you, Maize. Good luck for the next 11 and a bit hours. How are we doing? Yeah, 11 and a bit hours. Yes.